Bookish Babes, and happy Halloween. I know I am wearing a Christmas shirt, but you know what? I thought that is my Halloween costume, so I am Buddy the Elf. Also, my husband got me this, and I absolutely love it so much, and it also talks. Hold on, let me press the button. Oh, it's not gonna work?
I need a hug. Oh my God! Santa here? I know him. I know him.
Yes. Anyway, I absolutely live for the sweater. Elf is one of my favorite Christmas movies, so my husband did very well. But that's not the point. That is not why you are here. If you are here, my name is Rainy. I read books. I do all different types of genres. So if you're interested in that, please like and subscribe to my channel down below. It really helps my channel grow. In today's video, we are filming my TBR. We are filming my November TBR, which is my friend's themed TBR game, which is actually really sad to think about right now because Matthew Perry passed away this week or last week. That was very, very sad. But basically, I took the trivia game and I turned it into a TBR game. So I'll link a playlist underneath here so you can watch future and or past videos. I've been doing it for almost 2 years now. However, for November, I didn't do it in October because I wanted to read a lot of spooky stuff. And in November, I changed it. So if we remember, I made it a mood read game, right? And I did it by like genre and different types of categories. And I put specific books in there that I wanted to read. Well, this time I did the same thing, but I made an entire new TBR board and put all books in here that work for the Get A Clue Readathon for the main prompts. And no, it does not tell you what these prompts are. You could maybe guess one or two from some of these books, but there's such a wide, eclectic array of books on this spreadsheet that it is not going to help you figure out the main prompts. But I figured that would be a little fun. That way I'm getting to choose what I'm reading, but not exactly, because I'm still only going to choose 6 prompts, even 6 books, even though there's 9 prompts, so I'll still have some wiggle room within it, but like whichever books I pick for like the specific prompts that I get, like that's the book that I have to read, and so I thought that would be a little bit fun. So it's still mood reading, still choosing, but like also kind of like controlled TBR. So that'll be fun. So I figured I would really quickly tell you what books are on here, and then you'll also get to see which ones happen based off of my rules. But my 4 categories are new to me authors, authors I've read from before, series, and trending books. On this list we have Birthday Girl, The Atlas Six, Court of Serpents and Secrets, Black Cake, The Last Thing He Told Me, The Bridge Kingdom, Lessons in Chemistry, Cleat Cute, The Cabin at the End of the World, A Certain Hunger, Alas to Vanish, A Fate of Wrath and Flame, Bewitched, One True Loves, Vicious, Beach Read, The Four Winds, Magnolia Park's The Long Way Home, Midnight is the Darkest Hour, The Devil Wears Black, The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King, One Dark Window, Iris Kelly Doesn't Date, Beartown, The Girl in 6E, Before the Coffee Gets Cold, Fireborn, Her Majesty's Royal Coven, Ninth House, Icebreaker, Punk 57, The Mind F series, Things We Never Got Over, Fight Club, Remarkably Bright Creatures, When in Rome, A Court of Mist and Fury, Does It Hurt, Vampires of El Norte, and Legendborn. So if you think you've figured out all the prompts, maybe you could even put underneath this video a prompt or two that you think you've guessed, like just for fun. Maybe that'll be fun. But those are all the books that I have to choose from. So now I'm going to roll the dice. I'm going to see what number I get because each one correlates with the number between 10 to 50. And we'll see what books I'm reading for this vlog. Before we do that, let's talk about the various books that I was reading for different things this month. As far as Spookopoly goes, I only read 2 out of 7 books I was supposed to read. I read Thornhedge, which was for my Dice Roulette prompt, and I read Such Sharp Teeth, which was my Hannibal Lecter prompt. I didn't read Truly Devious, or Red Rising, or Magnolia Park's The Long Way Home, or whatever my husband was going to choose, or Crown of Midnight, so I epically failed at Spookopoly. Halloween, however, I freaking crushed. I did every single prompt. I didn't read the books necessarily that I had specified for each prompt, but I did every single prompt. That is the only readathon so far that I've ever fully completed it, and I feel so proud of myself. So I rocked Halloween. And then as far as other reads go, I had other books I wanted to read. I did read Once Upon a Broken Heart, but I didn't get to The Ballad of Never After yet, which means I didn't get to A Curse for True Love yet. I still didn't get to any other Rachel Griffin books, which made me sad. I didn't get to that One for My Enemy by Olivia Blake. I didn't finish Powerless or Reckless in time for Hopeless by Elsie Silver. Honestly, I just didn't get that stuff done. But you know what? Halloween was a success, and that's all I really care about. So now, with October, a little bit at a glance, let's start rolling the dice for November. So the first number I got was 33. So let's see where it is on this list. So 33 is underneath authors I've read from before, and the book is A Fate of Wrath and Flame by K.A. Tucker. Now, I have read The Simple Wild, which is her contemporary romance books. I have not read her fantasy romance. So I am very excited that this got to go onto the TBR. So I'm very excited that this will work for a prompt. And you'll never know which prompt. But basically, I'm not going to explain this on the back because I've tried to read this before and it has confused me. So I'll read like the 1 or 2 little sentence blurb that's at the top. And it says, she would know the world of vengeful gods and monsters and the lengths one would go to for love, and nothing would ever be the same for her again. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure she's a thief and she does some thiefy crap and then has to join with someone to like, I don't even know, like pretend to be a king or a queen or something like that. But I'm very excited. I've been needing an excuse to read this and now I have one. So awesome. All right, on to roll 2. So then I rolled a 35, which led me to a historical fiction / literary fiction type book. And so let me grab the one that we are going to read. Every time I lean over, this thing goes off. There's got to be a button to turn it off, unless I want it on. But I digress. We are reading Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. I probably said that terrible. I'm very, very excited for this. I don't remember exactly what this is about, but I do know that Brittany got this for me for Christmas last year, which is very exciting. It basically says, in the small back alley of Tokyo, there's a cafe that has been serving carefully brewed coffee for more than 100 years. Local legend says this shop offers something else besides coffee, the chance to travel back in time. Over the course of one summer, 4 customers visit the cafe in the hopes of making that journey, but time travel isn't so simple and there are rules that must be followed. Most important, the trip can only last as long as it takes for the coffee to get cold. This sounds super cute. I've been needing a reason to read this. Like, it looks like super short, sweet, and to the point, so that'll be fun to read for this month. On to roll 3. Totally forgot to charge a battery, which I should have, so we'll see how long the second battery lasts, but we're going to go a little bit quicker now to get through this. All right, I rolled a 47, which leads us to a romance, and I'm very excited this made it onto the TBR. We are reading Bewitched by Laura Thalassa, which I've never read a Laura Thalassa book before, so I'm very excited to get to this. And it says that this one is about, at age 20, Celine Bowers desperately hopes to be accepted into a Henbane Coven, an academy for young witches. Since one of the requirements for entry is to connect with her powers via a quest through the wilderness, she books a trip to South America. When a nefarious supernatural force tries to drag her plane from the sky, her magic awakens to save her life at a cost. Using her powers, devours her memories one by one. Worse, when Celine braves the jungle and discovers the source of the attack, she finds herself awakening an ancient evil, Memnon the Cursed, who mistakes Celine for his long-dead wife, the wife who betrayed him. Celine manages to escape and begin her studies there, but when Memnon turns up at the Coven and witches are found dead across campus, she becomes entangled in the dangerous plot. Accused of the murders on the basis of her memory loss, she must rely on Memnon's help for answers, and his plans for her will change everything. Ooh, I'm very excited. We are getting some books that I am epically excited to read for this vloggy vlog. Hopefully, these are all books that work for certain things, so we shall see. So roll number 4 was 18, which leads me over to... We are getting a lot of fantasy books because the next one that I have to read is Vicious by V.E. Schwab. And I'm a little nervous because I read The Incredible Life of Addie LaRue and did not like it and DNF'd it, and I tried 3 different times, and I'm really hoping that I can appreciate an Addie, or not an Addie LaRue, a V.E. Schwab book. But this one says it's about Victor and Eli, who started out as college roommates, brilliant, arrogant, lonely boys who recognize the same sharpness and ambition in each other. In their senior year, a shared research interest in adrenaline, near-death experiences, and seemingly supernatural events reveals an intriguing possibility that under the right conditions, someone could develop extraordinary abilities. But when their thesis moves from the academic to the experimental, things go horribly wrong. You know what? We're going to go with it. We're going to vibe. We're going to see what happens with this book. And that is all we are going to say to that. On to roll 5. So roll 5 was a 17, which brought us over to... Ooh, this is interesting because I've been wanting to read this and I haven't had a chance to read this yet. So let me grab this romance. We are going to be reading Punk 57 by Miss Penelope Douglas, which I've never read before. All I know is that it says, in 5th grade, my teacher set us up with pen pals from a different school. Thinking I was a girl with a name like Misha, the other teacher paired me up with her student Ryan. My teacher, believing Ryan was a boy like me, agreed. It didn't take us long to figure out the mistake, and in no time at all we were arguing about everything. And that was the start. For the next 7 years, it was us. Her letters are always on black paper with silver writing. Sometimes there's once a week or 3 in a day, but I need them. And we only had 3 rules. No social media, no phone numbers, no pictures. Until I ran across a photo of a girl online. Name's Ryan, high school senior, loves pizza and worships her iPhone. What are the chances? F it, I need to meet her. I just don't expect to hate what I find. And then Ryan, that was from Misha. And then Ryan says, he hasn't written in 3 months, something's wrong, did he die, get arrested? Knowing Misha, neither would be a stretch. Without him around, I'm going crazy. I need to know someone is listening. It's my own fault. I should have gotten his number, or picture or something. He could be gone forever, or right under my nose, and I wouldn't even know it. I have been wanting to read this for a hot minute, so I'm very excited. This has made its way onto the TBR. So roll 6 was a 39, which leads us over to... Oh, that could not have even worked any better. I actually had really wanted to read this for this, so let me go grab it. It's a thriller. We are reading The Cabin at the End of the World by Paul Tremblay, which I'm very, very hesitant about because I don't like Paul Tremblay. I've tried reading the Paul Bears Club, and I think I read one other book and I didn't like it, but I'm going to give this one a try. Plus, I have to read this one because this is my mom's least favorite book of all time. And she said that this is the worst book she's ever possibly read. So I need to know why she hates it so much. And it says, all I know is that it's about 7-year-old Wen and her parents are vacationing at a remote cabin in New Hampshire. They're cut off from cell phones and from the internet. They're more than 2 miles away from their closest neighbors. On a sunny day, when she's in the front yard, a stranger appears. Leonard is the largest man she's ever seen, but he's young and friendly, wins her over instantly. They continue to talk and play until 3 more strangers come down the road carrying strange, menacing objects. In a panic, Wen tells Leonard she must go back in the cabin, but before she goes, her new friend tells her, none of what's going to happen is your fault. You haven't done anything wrong, but the 3 of you will have to make some tough decisions. I wish with all my broken heart you didn't have to. As he sprints away to warn her parents, he calls out, your dads won't want to live with him, Wen, but they have to. We need your help to save the world, please. I don't know what to expect from this book. I'm very scared. I don't know. But we're gonna read it! Alright, time for lightning round. So if you're new around here, I read some friends trivia. I have to get at least 3 out of the 5 correct in order to not get a lightning round roll, which could be anything from a nightmare prompt to an extra roll to having my friend pick a book off my TBR, any of that. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little crusty because I haven't been watching Friends all the time. So this might be bad, but I only get 30 seconds to do it. So I'm gonna set my timer up right now. And in 3, 2, 1. Oh, I literally looked at the answers. That was dumb. And I knew those too. And in 3, 2, 1, action. On what other TV show did Ursula appear? All My Children? What is Phoebe's twin sister's name? Ursula. What was the name of the woman Rachel's ex-fiancé married? Her ex-fiancé? I don't know. What is the occupation of Rachel's ex-fiancé? Who's her ex-fiancé? I don't know. What is Rachel's ex-fiancé's name? Oh my god. Oh wait. What is the occupation of Rachel's ex-fiancé? An archaeologist and Ross. No? I don't know. Oh no. I feel like that's not right. Oh Rainy. Oh Rainy. You are so dum-diddy-dum. Dum-dum. Barry. Literally the first episode. If you're a friend, Stan, we're going to take a moment of silence for Rainy's terrible remembrance. Okay, moment's over. Alright, what other TV show did she appear on? Mad About You. Did not get that. Her name is Ursula. The name of the woman Rachel's ex-fiancé married is Mindy. He was an orthodontist, and his name was Barry. So, yeah. Rainy failed epically. And now I have to do a freaking lightning prompt. I also just realized the entire time when I was doing this that I didn't have the game board behind me. You're welcome. Here it is in all its glory. Let's see. I rolled black, which I already know. Oh, it's stuck with tape. Is nightmare prompt. Yay. I hate my life. The nightmare prompt that I pulled, because I just looked off of my Google Doc sheet and basically put on a random number generator of nightmare prompts, is read the lowest rated book on your TBR. And something tells me it's not going to match any of these prompts, but let's see. I don't actually know if this book fits any prompts. I would have to look into it, but I still have to read it. And it has like a 3.3 or something on Goodreads. And that is If I Disappear by Eliza Jane Brazier. Technically, the lowest one on my TBR is Catherine House, but I've already read that. So this is next. And so this I know has a podcast in it. It says, when her favorite true crime podcast host goes missing, an adrift young woman sets out to investigate and plunges headfirst into the wild backcountry of Northern California and her own dangerous obsession. I am quite curious as to why this has such terrible reviews. I don't know, but we gotta read it, unfortunately. And I'm not very excited about that. So as far as my Get A Clue Readathon stack goes, all of these are on the docket for that. Now, what else do I want to read in November? I'm going to tell you a couple of other things. And these are not necessarily Clue Readathon, like, revolved around. These are just other books that I know that I want to get to in November. If, like, I could use them as, like, bonus prompts or things, that'd be great. But I'm going to read them, whether or not they work. All right, another book that I'm going to be reading this month is definitely Midnight is the Darkest Hour by Ashley Winstead. I'm very excited to finally get to this book. I'm reading it for Haley's Pretty Girls Book Club and Deja's Book Club. They are combining together. And I'm pretty sure that Books and Lala is having this as their book club pick. And I'm also sure that Gabby from Book Troop is having this as their book club pick. I'm pretty sure everyone and their mother is having this as their book club pick for November. So honestly, I'm crossing off a lot of book clubs with this. And I'm very excited to get to it. It is the only Ashley Winstead that I have not read yet. I'm not going to read the synopsis for this because my friend Brittany said as soon as she read the synopsis, she was able to figure out what the main twist was in the book. And so I don't wish to do that to myself. But I'm very excited to read this. I have heard there are vampires in this, so that is appealing. But yeah, I'm super excited to get to read this for literally all of the book clubs this month. Another book that I plan on reading, simply because my friends have all begged me to read this since they've seen it on my shelf, and I said that I heard it had shark smut in it, and that's enough to read it, is Does It Hurt by H.D. Carlton. I've never read anything by H.D. Carlton. I want to watch Gavin's vlog on this, but I didn't want to read it until I had read it yet. But all I know is that I don't honestly know what this is about. I really have no idea. But it does say, to baby shark step aside, Daddy Shark is here now. And honestly, that's all I'm here for. I'm a little scared about what is in this book. Should I vlog my experience with this? Probably. Another book that I know I'm going to be getting to is The Ballad of Never After and A Curse for True Love by Stephanie Garber. I plan on finishing those because I want to have our vlog released very, very soon for that. I also plan on reading Iron Flame as soon as it comes out because your girl loved Fourth Wing and I'm so very excited to be reading that immediately. So that's definitely on the docket. I had also planned on reading Icebreaker by Hannah Grace because I feel like this is the perfect time to read this. And yes, this is a special edition from Probably Smut Book Club and I'm obsessed with it. But I wanted to read it so that I could read Wildfire, but I'm for sure going to